welcome back. If you're new here, I am Kiki's Tarot Cafe, and here we do pick a cards. So far, I might change content in the future to witchy stuff, but right now I'm just kind of comfortable with tarot. And I just wanted to say that I had done an October reading, but a lot of the messages were kind of like bummers. So this reading, we're gonna do positive things that are coming to you in October. I also wanted to say that I wanted to do a lot of Halloween readings this October, but then I realized I have no decor and also no ideas. I have a lot of ideas about the Day of the Dead though. It's like ancestor readings, past loved one readings, you know, what your ancestors think of your crush, dead pets, etc. But Day of the Dead is only like 2 days long and it's in November, so it was like I don't know how I'm gonna fit all of that for 2 days. So what I'm deciding to do is replace the spooky parts of October and just kind of prepare for Day of the Dead. And yeah, I hope you guys are okay with that, since I'm presuming other tarot readers are doing like Halloween anyway, so maybe you'd like the switch up in content. But yeah, so November is my birthday month anyway. I'll probably be doing like Alice themes as a birthday theme kind of party situation. So if you like Alice in Wonderland, that might be something that you're into. But other than this reading and another reading that I'm gonna do, the rest of them are gonna be centered around the Day of the Dead. So yeah, these are your piles because I don't actually have decor, but I did have these little guys. So this is pile 1 with the witch cat. You have pile 2 with the little pumpkin doggy, and then you have pile 3 with the vampire ghost. Can vampires even have ghosts? Do they have souls, or are they just like dead people? I'm very confused, but either way, he's precious. So go ahead and meditate on your piles. If you don't like the music in the background, just mute the video, and I'll see you at your timestamps. Hello to all of you that selected pile number 1 with the witch cat. This is your reading. I kind of want to keep her in frame, but I don't even know if like that'll be enough room for the card. Maybe we can move her back into frame. Alrighty. Okay, so we'll do things you already have, things you have and don't see, and then things you're going to receive. I already have. Sweet. Alright, so the Eight of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Swords in reverse, okay, so the Eight of Wands in reverse tells me that you have been feeling stuck for a while, like you haven't been able to make whatever moves you wanted to make. I'm thinking you're going to come out of that because you also have the Nine of Swords in reverse, which is like fear. Maybe you've been feeling stuck because you've had a lot of fear surrounding you. But the Nine of Swords in reverse is also about like irrational fears. So it's possible you've let your mind just kind of like run away with with, you know, the worst case scenarios, and so that stopped you from moving. But the good thing about the Nine of Swords in reverse is kind of like you're gonna start seeing all of that and undoing all of that. You also have the Seven of Wands, which indicates fighting, like almost fighting to keep your position. Usually when you see this card, it's like a bunch of people attacking you, and then it's you defending yourself against them. But he looks happy. He's like chilling. He's vibing. He's like king of the hill, and they're over here just kind of like staring up at him, jealous. They're not really like attacking him. So I'm getting that like maybe you felt the need to like defend your position, or you might have felt like you've been ganged up on. But you're kind of like vibing right there. So I'm thinking it's possible that if you've been feeling like you're under attack, or if there's been like a bunch of people kind of trying to influence you, I think you're gonna separate yourself from those people and you're gonna be very happy on your own. You do have the Five of Wands, which is still conflict. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe you've been having a lot of verbal arguments with someone. The tree makes me think it's someone older, but not necessarily, because maybe you're the tree and then they're the freaking, it looks kind of like a clown, little jester. And they also have like someone backing them up right here, so I'm thinking that like maybe you've had multiple people come at you, but you also have, you know, someone right there. So it's possible you've had like a friend, or even maybe your spiritual team has your back if you've been feeling kind of alone about it. You have the Emperor in reverse, which is kind of like disorganization. Maybe you've been looking like kind of a mess. Not literally, like I'm sure you look fine, but the Emperor in reverse is kind of like putting structure to your ideas. The Emperor is about putting structure, so when it's in reverse, it's kind of like you might have had a lot of ideas, but you don't have any structure, and maybe that's why you're not moving. But the Emperor in reverse can also indicate an authority figure who you've been having a lot of problems with. So I feel like there's some kind of like, how do I say this? Not even necessarily an authority figure, but I feel like you've just been arguing or fighting with someone, and I just see you like getting away from all of that. Like you don't have time for their BS anymore. But I feel like you've been arguing with someone who's been really immature. Excuse me, especially if they're in a position of power. I feel like they may have been abusing that power, or even yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like trying to see the little guys next to them. Yeah, I just feel like it's multiple people, because here you have a group, here you have someone, and then someone on their head, like, kind of directing them where to move. And then you have this person who's supposed to be like an authority figure, and then you have like these two angry looking birds kind of sitting under him. I feel, oh my, it just makes me think of Mean Girls, how there's like Regina George the lead, and then like her two little army of skanks. So it's just kind of like, it's possible, like, I don't think you're arguing with one person. I feel like there's kind of like this group mentality, and they're kind of like attacking you, even if it's like backstabby. I still feel you're gonna get away from it though, because then your reading also ends in the King of Cups, which is someone who's emotionally fulfilled, emotionally stable, someone who knows themselves, someone who's balanced. It's like an authoritative figure who also is in touch with their emotional side. So I feel like you're gonna have a well-balanced outcome. It's just like you're in the process of moving away from it right now. Let me see. I'm sorry. It's like kind of bothering me that you can see the edge of the table. Sorry guys, that was just like really bothering me. Yeah. So I feel like you're gonna be emotionally stable and happy at the end of it. You're just kind of like, right now you're right here. It's kind of like a timeline, right? So you're over here, and then you're moving towards this energy. So you have the things you have right now. I was hoping for something positive. I feel like you're kind of a little depressed right now. Definitely backstabbing. I don't know if someone's like, you're just like in this negative energy right now. But then the things you have that you don't see, I see abundance, which is good. I think you're financially stable, which is always a positive thing. Yeah, like, this is like accomplishments, or even like the birth of new projects. Yeah, the Ace of Diamonds can also be like a proposal, but I don't I don't see any other indicators of like a romantic situation. But either way, like, just, you know, new projects, accomplishing big goals. Yeah, and just like abundance. Then you have the Eight of Hearts, which indicates an invitation out. Someone might invite you to go somewhere. You also have, this also means guardian, which is nice, like that little bird we were talking about. It's either your spiritual team, because it could be like a literal guardian angel, or it could be like a friend or a loved one who's nearby that's protecting you. So that's really good. I feel like you're not alone. And maybe this individual will get you away from the situation quicker. Sorry. Got our little night visions oracle. There's one, there's two. Oh. Third one, maybe. Third one, see. Patience. Protection. Okay, so back with this. Someone's definitely guarding you. And then you have oh my god, spontaneity. The T's very, like, subtle. It's not like spontaneity. Spontaneity. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so I see, like, with spontaneity, I feel like right now you're kind of, like, in a bummer mode. And you're just kind of, like, gonna move out of that. Maybe you'll get, like, random burst of energy in the midst of this, like, you know, sad vibes you're going through. Patience. Maybe this is a lesson in, like, waiting for things, especially with this like stuck energy right now. You're just kind of like not going anywhere, even though you have like a lot of energy and you want to take it somewhere. You don't have, and then again, it's possible you don't have structure for all this energy. So it could just be a lesson in patience. And then protection. So yeah, it's a little bat with the sword and shield. It's so precious. Yeah, it's just kind of like letting you know that there's someone around. Then we have your animal spirit guides. These are so... I just can't with shuffling live, I swear. This one. The cat spirit independence. I don't take cards that fall out so much. It's like 1, 2, or nothing. So the fact that 4 of them came out, I'm just not gonna... You have bring a gentle touch. And that might be to yourself, like maybe some of you are being really hard on yourself. Be loyal to what you love. Okay. The dog spirit is actually an indicator of a friend. And then you got the antelope spirit. Life is speeding up. So that's freaking amazing. Because... right now, you're over here. The 8 of Wands is supposed to be, like, the fastest. This little guy is on a freaking rocket. He's, like, ready to go out, but you're stuck. And so, the Antelope Spirit is telling you, like, you're getting out of this energy and it's gonna move fast. So that's a good one. Claim your independence, not only from this situation, but just, like, for yourself. I kind of think of, like, that sassiness where people are, like... oh, you know, independent woman, but it's true, like, you don't need any of this drama, whoever it is that's bringing it into your life, and for some of you, maybe, you know, you're allowing that drama to continue because you're kind of scared to go off on your own, but, I feel like you're gonna claim a lot of your power back when you say no to whatever the hell is going on over there, if you haven't already, because I'm thinking you have. And it's just now starting to move away from that. You have the deer spirit, bring a gentle touch. So the deer spirit is about, well, obviously bringing a gentle touch, but it not necessarily to anyone else, but maybe just to yourself. And also the situation, maybe you've been really like hard on yourself because, you know, when an entire group of people is telling you you suck, you kind of start to feel like you suck. But I think it's just encouraging you to be gentle to yourself and to be more understanding. You know, if you don't tend to have visceral reactions and then this horrible situation is causing you to have reactions like that, I think the deer spirit is just kind of telling you, like, don't be upset with yourself for having a reaction like that. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you a terrible person or anything. It's just kind of like, be more understanding towards yourself. And the dog can indicate a friend, actually. This is its own message, which we'll get to, but again, with that, like, guardian or whoever's, like, next to you, watching over you, there's someone nearby that's, like, not gonna let shit happen to you, which is nice. But, be loyal to what you love. I don't have enough information about the situation, why you're in it. It makes me, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to say anything like, oh, it's a work situation or it's a friend situation, because, like, there's literally not enough info, so I'm not gonna, like, read and talk about something that isn't there. But yeah, I feel like maybe you want to go one way and the group is like making you feel bad about that. I don't, especially if you're, maybe this was a group of friends that is not your friend anymore, and you're having to like claim your independence from that group situation. You're realizing like these are really toxic people. And you don't have to be catty about it, but yeah. Like, especially with the gentle card here, I feel like you can leave the situation peacefully, and if they choose to talk negatively about you, like, that's not your problem, honestly. And I also feel like it'll move, the situation will kind of like dissipate very quickly. It's funny you got the dog and the cat here. Maybe some of you have like pets that watch over you, or it's possible that like your spirit guides communicate through their pets, through your pets to you. Even if you feel like you have no one, your pet's always gonna love you unconditionally, so maybe some of you can lean on your pets for that when you're feeling sad. Speaking of pets, these are extremely difficult to shuffle. They're freaking huge. So yeah, if I was like, if they don't come out quickly, I'm gonna just pick them out of the pile. Let's just deal with today. You can deal with tomorrow. With this energy of like the 8 of Wands in reverse, I feel like a lot of you maybe have anxiety, but it's also like you feel like you have to do something all the time, or you have to get a move on, or you want to see results now, and it's just kind of like deal with the present, and then whatever comes tomorrow will come tomorrow, but you don't have to have everything happen immediately or see your results immediately. With every challenge you meet, you gain experience. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, 4 of those came out, so we're not going to take them. With every challenge you meet, you gain experience. Every day you're leveling up. Yeah, so again with the like patience, I feel like this is a lesson for you. It's not just like happening to you, it's happening for you. And then you have, don't focus on success or failure, just focus on effort, focus on trying. Especially if you're like trying to get away from this group and they're like, oh, you want to get away from us? Like, you're gonna be nothing without us, bitch. Like that kind of toxic mentality. It's kind of like when you do get away from them, don't feel like, oh, I'm not automatically seeing results, or I'm not automatically making more friends, that must mean I'm a loser. Like, I think they're just, you're being asked to kind of like focus on what you can do for the day, and to have patience about it. Don't be upset because it's not happening immediately. Just know that you're gonna try for something better, and it will come to you, but just because it's not coming immediately doesn't mean you're a failure. And let's see, okay, two of them came out. You are doing enough. It's going to be okay. You are a fighter, ever onwards. That's cute. Sorry, I'm like getting myself situated. Yeah, I'm just getting this feeling of like inadequacy, like you're not doing enough, or like your results aren't coming fast enough, and that makes you a failure, that makes you a loser, that makes you, unlikable as a friend, or whatever it is you may be feeling about yourself. But again, be gentle to yourself, dear spirit, and know that that you are okay. And then you are a fighter ever onwards. That's funny. Maybe you guys are kind of sassy, honestly. But fighters don't have to be sassy. It's just kind of like, I don't know, like this situation of like a bunch of people against one. It just makes me feel like you've been fighting for a while anyway. But yeah. And I think of a fighter, I think of someone who's like willing to put up the fight. These other people, like maybe they want to leave as well, but they're scared for whatever reason. And because they're not fighters, they're gonna stay there being unhappy. But you're not like that. You're gonna fucking, well, put up a fight, basically. And I think you should. Sorry about that car, if you can hear it kind of like farting out there. I don't know what that's about. So yeah, fight for what you want. Don't just like let life pass you by because you're scared of going against whatever those people are telling you. The watery, that's interesting. The hope card. Technically it's called the nameless, but it means to have hope. And then you got the fly and the through. So the watery is about cooperation and to lead with love. So again, being gentle. I feel like even if these people are being sassy, just kind of like be nice to you, and you might have some of them kind of like calm down after a while. Like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to be a dick to someone who's nice to you, you know? So maybe they'll build up this image in your head about like what an evil person you are or what a bitch you are, but then they see like, oh no, she's still nice. I feel kind of bad about being mean to him or her, them or whoever, you know, it doesn't matter. It's just like the situation. Sorry, I didn't mean to say her. It's just like a majority of the people receiving tarot cards identify as she, her, and so like I have the default of saying that, but I'm not trying to like assume anything. Anyway, yeah, so they're just kind of asking you to like be nice. The fly and the through. So the through means you're gonna make it through, which, I mean, obviously you you got this one at the end of your pile, talking about how you're gonna be emotionally stable. And then the fly is about kind of like taking a leap of faith. So I feel like if you haven't already chosen to walk away from the situation, you're being asked to like trust that you are protected, and to trust that nothing's gonna happen, and to trust that this is for the best. And yeah, and you'll make it through. Yeah, you just kind of have to believe and have hope right now, because you might be feeling it's possible that they took a lot of your power away, and so now you're feeling like, I don't know, you may have built them up to be like a bigger enemy or a bigger problem than they actually are. And sorry. And so yeah. Alrighty. And so now you're being asked to have hope about walking away from this situation. Unrequited love. So these are supposed to be love messages, but we will apply them as needed, because some of them are... That's funny. Oh my god, engagement! What was I saying earlier? An engagement ring with the ace of diamonds. So for some of you that may be an actual message, but these are kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever taken them as non-romantic, but we'll talk about this. So unrequited love. It's possible that, you know, I know what happens a lot. This may be just a certain message for some of you. But let's say you have a group of friends, and then two of the friends start dating, and then they break up, and then the entire group of friends, like, the entire group of friends starts choosing sides. So it's possible that, you know, you may have had unrequited love for this other individual, and then you, like, broke up with them, and then now they're, like, the entire friend group is kind of coming after you. that's unfortunate. However, if that is not the case for you, I would just think like not romantic love, but platonic love. Like maybe you did care about these people before and now you're realizing like actually I don't, you guys are kind of shitty, or it's possible that you never cared about these people and you were just kind of like hanging out with them because you thought that's what you should do, or you thought that was what was best or what you were more comfortable with. You didn't want to be alone, but now you're realizing like you don't actually like get along with these people, so it's not like that's not gonna go away anytime. And I think it's time to walk away. New love, so I feel like you actually are gonna get a new person once you have moved away from this energy, and it's possible that they might be a very serious relationship. That's so cute. Retreat, I'm not taking that as a romantic message, but if it is for some of you, that just means like you and your new love would get away from the situation. But I think they're like, you're literally being asked to retreat from the situation because it's like not a good situation. These people don't have your best interest at heart, and so you're just kind of being asked to like get away from them as soon as possible. And then you deserve love, so yeah, you are lovable. I feel like you've been having issues with self-love lately, and you're just kind of being reminded like you deserve love. Be gentle to yourself, and once you get into that energy of understanding like I am a bad bitch, I am authoritative, and I am emotionally stable, I feel like that's when you start loving yourself is going to be like when you attract this new individual. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's all the cards I have. Let's do charms. So I'm not completely comfortable with charms yet, but they've been fun, so let's see how it goes. They're technically slippers, so that makes me think of like comfort. So maybe just go to things that you are comfortable with, that bring you comfort. Don't let it become toxic, obviously. We're not here for the double energy, but just like maybe take a break. I think of like being cozy in your slippers, maybe watching Netflix on the couch or something. Like I just see you kind of need a break from whatever is going on here. But these little guys are from Cinderella, and they're basically her friends. Like when she's upset about her dress, they kind of help her get a new one, so that's nice. Then we have another Cinderella character, which this is a dream come true, a wish come true. It's literally the fairy godmother, so you'll be fine. And again, el gato gordo, so that means the fat cat, and it warns against overindulging. So don't become like too depressed, or maybe that's the energy you're in right now. Like it's okay to seek things that are comfortable, but don't let them become like toxic. The dragonfly reminds us to clear our minds. You have the angel wing, which is about a guardian angel, whether that's literal or figurative for you. It's just someone who like has your back. We have Palkia. Don't make fun of me because I'm a nerd. It's a Pokemon coin. But Palkia is the Pokemon that rules over like space, and he comes with another one, or like there's another coin, and it's Dialga, and that's like time and space. So it just kind of makes me think like you need space away from this situation, or even like talking about patience and time. You can just like separate yourself away from this person or people, and it might take time, but like just retreat essentially. The tree is about growth, So that's nice. It could be about knowledge too. So again, like this is a lesson. You got hug. I just feel like you need a hug. You need comfort. You go reach out to that friend. You got hugged twice, so okay, yeah, you really need a hug. And then reach. Oh my gosh, so reaching out to the friend for the hug, maybe. Cool. I think about keeping your cool. So maybe they'll do something to try to like piss you off, and you just have to like pretend it didn't happen. Like I promise you, things will go out better for you if you lead with love, as that card would indicate. Name. Reach. Oh my god, reach 3 times. Okay, so like maybe some of you don't like talking about your feelings. And you're being asked to like reach out to that friend and talk to them about it. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Reach, reach, reach. Hug, hug. Cool. And name, I'm not really sure. Like that always weirds me out. Like why? It's not even a name or a letter. It's literally the word name. That makes me feel like I just got like a very specific message. I'm like, what could that mean? So I feel like maybe some of the people who are talking shit about you don't even know you. You know, like you're just a name to them, but they're still talking mad shit. And it's possible that like they know of you, they see you, they know who you are, they can attach the name to the face, but they don't actually know you. And that's probably why they think you're like some toxic shitty person, or probably why they've been talking crap about you, because like all they know is what this other person that you got into an argument with. I'm getting the feeling that it's like one person that you actually had beef with, and then it's like all his little cronies or her little cronies or their little cronies, you know, starting problems. So I feel like you're just kind of like a name to them, and that's why they're being so mean, but they don't actually know you. So once they interact with you and they see that you're like actually being really nice, you're actually keeping your cool when they're being kind of like, you know, passive aggressive, then they'll be like, well, I feel weird because they're really nice to me, but they're shitty to my friend, which you're probably not, but that's what they've been told. So I feel like, yeah, like these people don't actually know you, they just kind of know of you, and that's why they're kind of being so toxic right now, because like if they knew you, they'd be like, there's no reason for us to be so mean to this person. We do have the skull, which is like a death. So yeah, just like the death of this friendship, this situation that's not serving you. An anchor, it makes me think of being grounded. So again, like keeping your cool. This is an acorn. Acorns, I'm pretty sure they're good luck. They're not good luck. Well, I mean, not that they're bad luck, but they're abundance. I just remembered. I was like, I swear it's like a very common. So again, like you do have abundance. I feel like you have a lot of good things surrounding you. You're just kind of focused on this situation, and it's like taking over. Especially with the 9 of Swords in reverse, that indicates that you've been like overthinking it. And so now it's like kind of negatively taking over the rest of your life. But the situation's actually pretty small, and you're very abundant, so that's good. You got this Mercury or Venus. It's Venus, so again, love into the situation, and even new love, so that'd be cute. And even having Venus energy, I think like the Empress, just kind of like being generous, you know, indulging in the abundance, but yeah, like not getting down and dirty when they want to start it. Another anchor, so yeah, just like really keeping your cool. And then you have the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. It's a charm, and we all know I'm late. Like it's about time again, so like time and space. So you just kind of need to give the situation time, to have patience. It's a lesson about patience, and then to not only have a literal space, like I think you just need to like physically remove yourself from the situation if you haven't already, but metaphoric space. I think you kind of like need to be by yourself right now and just kind of like have that self-love, that self-care, the little, you know, just focusing on you and having like mental space away from whatever the situation is. Yeah. I hope that was helpful, kitty witches. Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you like the charms or not, because I'm still kind of like getting used to them. So yeah, choop choop. On to pile number 2. Hello, pile number 2 that selected the little pumpkin spice dog boy. Or girl, I don't know, or them. Maybe the dog is non-binary. This is your I was trying to leave them off to the side, but it's like still very difficult to see them, so I'm just gonna show him off and then remove him. Or them! Oh my gosh! Alright. I'm gonna say the star goes first, just because it was under. Alright, okay. Yeah. The Hermit. Strength in reverse. What's going on here? The Hanged Man in reverse. The King of Coins in reverse. She-theys and he-theys. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I've just been like referencing too many TikToks, so if you're not involved in that, I apologize. And then maybe we can move these out of the way so you can see what's going on. Sweet. And then we'll have these guys. So we have kind of what's in your situation right now, what's in your situation that you don't see, like happy things, and then things that are coming to you. So what's in your situation? All right, you're like emotionally and romantically fulfilled. I was like, what's the other word? Emotionally and emotionally fulfilled. So that's what you have. You got the 8 of Clubs for so things you have and don't see, and then things that are coming your way. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. So, make a wish. Alright, your wish is coming true. Well, it works something like that. The star is basically the wish come true card, so that's nice. And it's the first one, so like if you're not already being emotionally and spiritually and physically fulfilled or whatever, like you will be. The star is really about kind of everything coming together, which is nice. Then you have the Queen of Coins in reverse. What is this? The Queen of Coins in reverse is like maybe you're having a little lack of balance in your work and home life. You could also be having like self-care images. What do you call it? Like self-love issues, self-image issues. The Hermit is like kind of being by yourself to explore spiritual things you need. It's also funny because the Hermit has the star inside of his lantern, so it's kind of like maybe you need this time to be alone in order to fulfill your wish. Or maybe like you're chasing the dream. It just kind of reminded me of like cartoons where they have like they attach a stick with like a treat on it to an animal and the animal will just like chase the treat out. That's kind of what I'm thinking, like your dream or the star in this case is kind of like leading you around like you're able to find motivation, even if you don't feel like you have the strength to do it, which I don't think you do because you got strength in reverse. It's kind of like the image, the idea of your dream is so powerful that it just kind of leads you anyway, which is good. It's rare that you have someone who's like, I can't do it, and then they do it anyway. Strength in reverse is also here to remind us that we do have the strength, that even though we feel like we're weak inside, that you do have the ability to do it. The Hanged Man in reverse is like asking you to change your ways, but you don't want to. Like your perspective needs to be altered for whatever reason, but you're just kind of like stuck and comfortable in what you're doing right now. You're like, why would I change my ways? Or why would I change my perspective? That's an accurate perspective and totally not an opinion about myself that's been, you know, projected onto me by other people that I adopted. The Hanged Man in reverse is just kind of asking you to change your point of view, but you're not wanting to, you're being stubborn about it. And speaking of being stubborn, you have the Knight of Coins. Super, like in an immature sense, he is super stubborn, but in a mature sense, when he's in reverse, it indicates a, like in the energy of feeling stuck, like you want to move. And it's possible that like you have everything you need, you're stuck for whatever reason. But immediately after you got the Page of Wands, which is like the beginning steps to taking action, to following your passion. So I feel like it's possible, because right here you have the Wish card, and then you have like it being stuck. Then you have the Hermit, you know, chasing the star, but then you have like this energy of like, I can't do it. Then you're being asked to like do it, and you're like, I don't want to change. And then you're like, oh, I'm stuck. And then you're like, no, I have passion. So it's like you go back and forth. Maybe this is a cycle that you do, that you're like, I can't do it. And then you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna chase it anyway. And then you do it. And then like halfway through, you're like, no, I don't have the strength, never mind. And then you go into hermit mode. And then you're like, well, now that I've separated myself from the situation, I see that I can do it. And then you go back to chasing it. And then you're like, no. It's like kind of like a cycle. Because it's like stop, go, stop, go, stop, go, you know? So, but I see you being like emotionally happy. I don't think you're like in a terrible situation or anything. You're just kind of like, your energy is very stop and go is how I would describe it. And then you have things you have that you don't see. I see success at work. Maybe you don't place a value on the work that you do, but I feel like you're very successful in that. And also it's the things that you don't see, right? So maybe everyone around you is like, your work is amazing, but you just think you suck. So you're like, yeah, no, or like, thank you, but in your head you're like, that person's just being nice, like this work sucks. But like, I think you're doing amazing, okay? You're doing great, honey. But you just don't want to believe it, or you don't see it. And then the things that are coming to you, that's an individual. So it could be a romantic message, but if it's not a romantic message, it's passion. So it's kind of like the equivalent of the Page of Wands. I see you being very like passionate and communicative and really following through on what it is that, well, I don't want to say following through just because it is the Jack and the Page. It's not like the King or anything. But it's still like you're gonna get another outburst of passion to pursue what it is that you want. Let's get some night vision, boys. Little bats. I freaking love this Oracle deck. It's like not expensive and it's super cute and so tiny, and all the artwork is amazing. It's like little bat. They look like they can be tiny tattoos. They're so cute. Come on. Okay, alright. Memory. Adventure. Protection. I'm sorry if I triggered you into thinking about the new cats. It's funny though, because like the old cats is kind of creepy too. I don't know why people hold it to such a high, I don't know, regard. Alrighty, creativity. Yeah, so creativity makes me think of like your work again. It's possible some of you are in the creative fields. If you're not, it could just mean like you're creative for that field. Like you have kind of like a mind that doesn't think like the rest of other people. Or, you know, your coworkers or the people around you, whatever. And that kind of makes you stand out, but it's possible you're not seeing that. And it's also possible you're gonna randomly get a burst of creativity. Protection. Maybe some of you, you know, are so critical of yourselves as protection. Like, you know, those people that insult themselves first so that other people don't do it. You could be kind of like that. Like, maybe you're... I don't see it as, like, protection. I see it as, like, defensiveness. I don't know why you think you're not good enough. Then you have memory and adventure. So, adventure... Again, you're gonna be off an adventure. You're gonna be off pursuing passionate... Hold on, I'm sorry. Pursuing your passions, but that could be like literal travel for some of you. And then memory, I don't know, maybe there's like a memory in your head of like one time you were proud of something and then someone kind of shot it down, or like maybe you put a lot of hard work into something like a project and then people didn't really care. Like I feel like the reason you're holding this low image of yourself is because of something, like a specific moment in the past where someone told you like it wasn't, you know, good enough, or it wasn't this, it wasn't that, and now you're just kind of like holding on to that, like, yeah, I guess it's not, but it is, and you just don't see it. And I mean, your wish will come true about this situation anyway. You're doing well, keep going. So yeah, I mean, these are very self-explanatory. I don't need to read them to you, or I don't need to explain them to you. You're doing well, keep going. You are strong, you're resilient, you will defeat this. There is no rule that says you have to have everything figured out right now. Every step forward is a progress. Okay. Yeah, again, so like you're just feeling like you're not doing well when you are, and that might be what makes you like with that stop and go energy. Like even though you're doing really good, you're like, no, I'm not, and then you stop doing it. Like for whatever reason you think it's a shitty, your work is bad, and so you stop doing it. But then that's where your passion is, so then eventually you're gonna start doing it again, but then you're like scared. You're like, oh, this sucks, like I don't want to post it, or I don't want to show anyone, or I don't want to blah blah blah, and so you stop doing it. But then you have to I mean, it's your wish, you know, that's what you want, it's your wish come true. So eventually, like, you're just kind of prolonging the inevitable. You keep stopping it because you're scared, but that's all you want to do. So then you go back to it, but then you get scared again, and then you stop it. It's like, you're doing fine, just like let it go. And you will defeat this. So I don't think this mentality is going to stay with you forever, especially with the Hangman in reverse, because what we know about the major arcana is that the energy is inevitable. Whether you want it to happen or not, it's gonna happen. But when it's in reverse here, the Hanged Man specifically, it's like you're being asked to change your perspective, but you don't want to. Whether you want it to happen or not, it's gonna happen. You're gonna have to change your perspective in order to keep this going, but you're just prolonging it is kind of like the message I'm getting here. But they're letting you know, like, you're gonna defeat this mentality and you're fine. And then there's no rule that says you have to have everything figured out right now. Every step forward is progress, especially with the Knight of Coins in reverse here. It's like stagnation, like no progress, no baby steps. You've just like stopped. And so they're letting you know, like, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not exactly the way you envisioned it in your head, even if it's not, you know, the fucking Mona Lisa, like, that doesn't mean it's not good. That doesn't mean it's not a step forward in the right direction. So I think you're just kind of being asked to, like, let go of this anxiety about having everything figured out or having everything perfect. And it's I feel like you're comparing yourself to people that do have it figured out, you know. And I say figured out because it's possible that those people are also feeling this way. They're just taking the steps, you know. So you're feeling like it's not good enough, but you're not taking the steps, so you don't get to see the same results, if that makes any sense. I don't know. You could also be comparing yourself to someone who's like far over here, like way out here in their journey, and you're like right here, you know. So it's kind of like not a fair comparison. And then if that's what's making you stop, or if that's what's kind of like embarrassing you about your work, like, that's not fair. That person had years that you didn't have of practice, or like it's possible that person had advantages or classes that you couldn't afford. So it's like I feel like you're comparing yourself, like your progress isn't happening quickly enough. But first off, everyone's on their own path, so there's no such thing as like quickly enough. You're not supposed to have certain things done at a certain time. You're not supposed to have things figured out. But also it's possible that you're comparing yourself to like someone who's done this forever, you know what I mean? So it's not even a fair comparison at the end of the day. The Bobcat Spirit, life is a mystery. So again, of like, you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have every step like done for you. You don't have to know when your abundance is gonna come to you or what it looks like to be successful. Like, you just do it. You don't have to have it figured out. So we got the Rabbit Spirit. Now is a lucky time, so get moving. Yeah, lots of good luck. You just don't see it. It would be the problem. Use your mind wisely. So again, like, you're using your mind in like a toxic way right now. You're like, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, blah blah blah. But that's not the truth, and you're being asked to instead of wasting time telling yourself you're not good enough, you should use that time to like put effort into what you want to do, even if it's baby steps, even if, you know, you post a video and no one fucking watches it. Like, just do something. Who cares? It's not about other people's approval. It's about doing what you love. Finances and career. Okay. On the dot. And then let spirit be your guide. So if you don't believe in, you know, a spirit or a greater power, I'm not going to tell you what to believe. But for those of you that do, it means like let spirit be your guide. Kind of like surrender the understand that it's not gonna go the way you think it's gonna go, you know, like, you're not gonna blow up overnight, you're not gonna have a certain amount of something at a certain time. Just know that, like, just like release that control. I'm picking up Virgo energy. Like the way they obsessively I don't know, they have like, they anxiously obsess over every like little detail, and everything has to be perfect and it has to go this way, and if it doesn't go this way then I'm a failure. And it's like, just chill, just like let it go is basically this message. But if you do believe in spirit or, you know, the other side, you could ask them for help if that's the situation. So finances and career, this is a career message. So yeah, I'm getting like, maybe it is more on the creative side. But you just have like a lot of concerns about that. Express your love. I did not receive any other romantic, you know, indicators in this reading, so I'm just gonna use that as like, express your love of what you do, express your passion for, you know, your work. Express your love to yourself. Like maybe you've been really mean to yourself, and it's just kind of like, express your love, like point out the good things instead of constantly nitpicking at the things that you find wrong. Yeah, but express your love about your work. I feel like you're kind of just like hiding in the closet. You're in hermit mode right now. You're not, you don't want to show people because you're like kind of embarrassed, or you're scared they're not gonna like it, or you're scared it's gonna be like bad, but it's just kind of like, express it. Like, who gives a fuck? Put it out there. Release your ex, past life relationship, codependency. So this might be an additional message for some of you. Like you may have had not necessarily a romantic partner, but just like a relationship where that specific person told you that you couldn't do it, or that you weren't good enough, or they made you feel, I feel like someone else made you feel that way. It's like the memory card. And now it's just kind of stuck in your head. Like you think you're not good enough because you were told you were not good enough, but you fucking are. So like, release that energy. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. Let me see. We did all those cards. We didn't do the Clo cards. Choop choop. The earthy. Let's go. The float. Alrighty. The return. No more? Let's say no more. So the earthy is about putting the roots in. You're not doing anything right now, and you're just kind of being asked to just put the fucking roots in. Just plant the fucking seeds. Like, it doesn't have to be a whole tree. It doesn't have to be, you know, a whole garden of flowers. Just plant the seeds. Put the roots in, dang it. And then you have the float, which is liberation. So setting yourself free from, like, release your ex. Not necessarily an ex, but like release that energy and to liberate yourself from it. And then you have the return. So it's possible that, again, the cycles, right? You stop and go, and it's like, well, it's returning, it's time again, it's your lucky time, and it's time to start. But the return can also talk about this feeling of like a missed opportunity. So that could be a warning, like you're missing out on a lot of things that you could be doing just because you're letting fear take over. But it could also be a message letting you know, like, you think it's over, or you think you don't have time, or you think it's too late to do whatever I want, but it's letting you know, like, it's not too late, and also your chance is coming around again. So like, just go ahead and plant the seeds, my guy. I'm gonna pull out some charms. I was telling pile 1 I'm kind of new to this, so so let me know how you feel about it. So again, this feeling of like defensiveness, right? You got the shield. Don't be afraid to smile. You never know who's falling in love with it. So I feel like, yeah, again, you're like afraid to pursue your creative endeavors. You're afraid to pursue the things that you love. But you think that people are gonna think it's crappy, but like I bet you a lot of people like absolutely love whatever it is that you're scared to share with the world. Then you have 9, 5, and 4. Those may be significant to you. The, what do you call it? Like an icing pipe thing for cakes. That means to pay attention to the details. The star. So again, the star card over here, it's just letting you know like your wish is coming true. Also, like, it sounds corny, but I think of like, you're a star. Kind of like, you're fucking amazing, and you don't tell yourself that, and you don't allow it to happen. We have the moon with the star again. So it's kind of like the star is the wish card, but the moon is also about like your emotional state and your subconscious and your intuition. So kind of like listen to those if you're ignoring them. Hello. It's kind of like, hello, get it together. That's like the energy I'm getting, but it looks so soft. It's like, hello, heart, soft pink, but it's means like hello, like you're trying to get your attention. Because you're not really like, you're kind of ignoring it. You're in hermit mode again. Alright, so the little bass guitar makes me think of creative endeavors again. So maybe some of you are musicians, but if you're not, it doesn't matter. It's just a general form of creativity. I think this is also a bass, yeah, because it only has 4. So it makes me think when people see the bass a lot of the time, they're like, oh, the guitar, like they don't understand it. So I feel like maybe some of you, you know, you have a lot of art that is meaningful, or like whatever it is that you do. I feel like there are a lot of people that didn't understand it. So now you're finding, you know, you're finding it difficult, like, oh, if I make more of this, or if I do more of that, if I pursue my creative endeavors, like people aren't gonna understand it and no one's gonna like it. But it's like, you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you, so freaking do it. But also there's always gonna be people that don't understand it, but there's also gonna be people that really love it, so like do it anyway. I have 2 acorns, which is like hella abundance. That's good. An acorn is abundance. We have the unicorn. It's like a special little unicorn. Again, you're a star, you're amazing, but you just don't see it. Excuse me, we got ballerina slippers. So that makes me think of like, when people see a ballerina, they think like, oh, so delicate, so elegant, so beautiful, so cute. But when you see a ballerina's feet, like they're rough. They look so rough. Like people don't understand like the hard work and the sacrifice and the, you know, dedication that it takes to look as gracefully as they do. Like it's gnarly. It's insane. It takes like crazy muscles. Like it's a lot of work. So that just makes me think of like, people don't really see your struggle, or maybe you don't want people to see your struggle. You're like, I don't want to, you know, post something that's kind of crappy, and then in the future look back on that and think, oh my god, I can't believe I posted that, or I can't believe, you know, I let that become an official part of my portfolio. Whatever your situation is, it's just kind of like, I don't know, like who cares? Let people see the feet. Like they should know it took a lot of sacrifice, it took a lot of work. And I think that's part of the reason why you compare yourself to other people. A lot of people don't, you know, let that side show. So then people just look at successful people and they go, oh, like they didn't struggle. But like, no, it takes a lot of work. You're not just gonna become the elegant ballerina by having, you know, pretty feet. Like you're gonna have to get nitty gritty. It's gonna get dirty, it's gonna get ugly, but it's ultimately better for you. Yeah, you have a flower, which is kind of like about opening up. Some of you are struggling with that. it's the infinity sign, but I read it as like a loop, like it's the cycle that you go through again. Like, okay, so now we're gonna pause and now we're gonna do this. It's just kind of like break that cycle already. We got a pumpkin. It makes me think of the carriage in Cinderella, like the dream come true, but she does make a freaking carriage out of a pumpkin, right? So it's kind of like, you don't need all these fancy things. Like, you can make a carriage out of a pumpkin. You can make something amazing out of what you have, and you don't necessarily need flashy materials or anything. Does this say something? It says love on it. Is that a spatula? I think it's a spatula. I was thinking it might be like a shovel, but it looks like a spatula. Oh my god, also I just found out today that they're not actually called spatulas, they're called flippers. They're called slitted flippers. I'm like, what Mandela effect? That is a spatula. And people are like, no, the spatula is like the baking one. This is a flipper. I'm like, SpongeBob would never, okay? Like, this is a spatula. But anyway, when I see the flipper, I think of seeing the other side of something, right? So right now you're just kind of only seeing something, but it's, again, like the ballerina situation. But also, did you get the, I can't remember if it's you or the other group. Yeah, you got the hanged man. So like flipping your perspective and seeing the other side of it, and like really understanding that you're not gonna get what you want by just sitting there and not doing anything. And even if it's kind of rough in the beginning, even if no one cares at the beginning, like, you still have to do it. This is the death charm, which is basically like the ending of this cycle that you keep going through. Like, it's the end. Just pursue it and just do it. And then you have the elephant. Elephants are good luck, so that's amazing. You have good luck, you have abundance. When I see the flag, I think of independence. Whatever that may mean for you. Here I'm thinking it's kind of like independence from whatever, like, this past energy is. You're especially here you got codependency, right? So it's kind of like breaking free from whatever that situation that made you think you were not good enough was, and then just going off. And then you have the peace sign, which is being at peace. And then you have the book. I think you're being asked to like do research or to kind of like study or master your craft. If you are really concerned about if you really think that you're not good enough. There's a song by a band called 3 Days Grace, and it says, if you can't stand the way this place is, take yourself to higher places. So it's kind of like that tough love message of like, it's not going to change itself, you know? So if you really think you're shitty, well then train and become better. Don't just sit there and go, oh, I'm shitty. Like, do something about it. Learn. Go become better then. Like, you sitting here and crying about it isn't helpful to anyone. So just, you know, like, improve yourself then. That's kind of the message I'm getting. So yeah, pile number 2 with the pumpkin spice doggo. I hope that was helpful. On to pile 3. Hello, pile number 3, who selected our little ghosty vampire boy. This is your reading. Nope. We have the 9 of Cups in reverse. Interesting. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. We have the 10 of Cups upright. The 5 of Cups upright. The 2 of Wands in reverse. And the Lovers. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And so now we're gonna have the things that you have that are positive, the things you have that are positive that you don't see. And then we have the things that are positive that are coming to you in the future. And you got 2. Interesting. Weird. That's weird. Alright. So the things you have that are positive, you got the 3 of Spades, which is like breaks in relationships, which I know doesn't sound like a good thing, but I'm guessing it's like you're getting away from people or things that didn't serve you anymore. You also have, what's it called? Like, this also means, oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Oh, it means like, gossip and vindictiveness and stuff like that. So it's like, you're breaking away from all of that nonsense. Then you have the 7 of Hearts, which is things that are positive that you don't see. I'm guessing you're having a fulfilling romantic relationship just because I see the 10 of Cups here and then the Lovers card here, but the 7 of Hearts can also indicate cycles. So maybe you've had like a run of bad luck and now the cycle is, you know, moving on to the good luck, because that's kind of what life is. It's just like bad luck, good luck. So yeah, the 7 of Hearts is an indication of a cycle, so maybe you're moving on to the positive stuff. And then the things that you are getting in the future is like success at your job. You might have even a new job coming in, like if you guys have been looking for something new, like applying to jobs and stuff like that, I see you receiving that. If not, I would just say maybe it's like leveling up. So, you know, going from one aspect to, I don't want to say a manager because I know there's not always a manager, you know, position at every job, but essentially moving up in the chain of command. We have the 9 of Cups in reverse, which means your dreams aren't coming true, your wish isn't coming true, but it's not because it can't come true, it's just that you have to rework the way you're going about receiving it, and then it'll come true. So it's still a positive thing, like you're still gonna get your wish, it's just you have to kind of tweak a couple of things that you were, like the methods in which you're going after it aren't really going to help you achieve your wish. So you have to kind of like rethink that. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. So I see like you have a lot of ideas for whatever this wish is, like a lot of passion about it, but it's not going anywhere. It could be kind of a stuck energy. Yeah, it's like you have a lot of like, I just pictured like a really hyper chihuahua that's like inside of a cage. Like you have a lot of energy and ideas and passion, but you don't really have maybe structure, or maybe you don't really know it. It's like the card of directionlessness. You don't have a direction, you don't know what to do with it, you're just kind of like, have all these ideas, but I don't know how to put it into, you know, the wish come true. Which is kind of what this is about, like reworking the way this, or even adding structure if you don't have any at all, to your dreams. You have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is nice because it's like emotional fulfillment, happiness, happy home life. It's just like, I don't know, warm feelings. I picture like there's a specific card where it's depicted and it's like a girl cuddling her cat on the couch in front of a fireplace. Like, it's really cozy, very homey, lots of emotional fulfillment, which is nice. But then right after it, you have the Five of Cups. It means you're like focusing on the things that you don't have instead of what you do have. So like you have a lot of ideas, you're very creative, you're very talented, you're emotionally fulfilled, people around you love you, you might have a very comfortable home situation, but you're focusing on whatever it is you don't have instead of, you know, appreciating the things that you do. This could also be a message about self-forgiveness. Maybe some of you are feeling guilty about something in the past and it's kind of blocking you. So, yeah, maybe addressing that, forgiving yourself, and definitely not like focusing so much on the negative. You're being kind of a pessimist right now. The Two of Wands is like fear of exploration. It could also be another card telling you to go back to the drawing board. Yeah, just like you have a lot of ideas and the world is in your hands, but something needs to be reworked. Then you have the Lovers, which is good. That's a choice that makes you happy, a choice you make that makes you happy, something you really love. It could be like a literal lover, but yeah, it's just a very beautiful card. It's almost like another wish card. You just have to rework something, or maybe you're going about your dreams not necessarily wrong, but maybe in an inefficient manner, if that makes any sense. Sorry if it's all crooked. Toot toot. Adventure. Temptation. Companion. So yeah, maybe some of you actually got like a lover or a the Seven of Hearts indicates like love sickness, so just kind of like, not in a negative way, but just like you're just love sick over someone, like you can't stop thinking about them. That's kind of cute. You do, however, have temptation and indulgence, so maybe you're kind of engaging in behaviors that don't serve your goal. They're kind of like comfortable, which is kind of, you know, working out well for you since you're so fulfilled and you're so comfy right now, but you're also like not having your dream fulfilled because you're a little too comfortable. Adventure, again, the lack of exploration. I think you're being encouraged to go out and explore a little more. And then you have play, which is kind of like the same message. Go out and explore, like mess around with it. I don't know why you're continuing again with like these cycles. You're doing something over and over that's like not working, and so you're just kind of being asked to like rework it. And if you do know like that it's not working and you don't know how to make it work, well, like, explore, like, look into new ways. Don't be shy about it. Let's do the animals first. See what animal spirits want to come out to you, if any. Well, of course you're gonna have some. I find it very difficult to shuffle these. Oracle cards are so huge, it's like kind of obnoxious. So sometimes I'll just pick them out. Oh. We got Scarab Beetle. Magic works through you. Let's go. You have the Porcupine. Time for beginner mind. Then these didn't flip. Okay. That's a lot. I don't know. Okay, so with time for beginner mind, maybe some of you are just kind of doing the same thing over and over because you don't want to start from scratch. You're like, I'm gonna make this work whether it actually works or not, but it's like not actually helpful. And so you're kind of being asked to like go back to the drawing board, go back to the beginning and rework your ideas. It's time to go back to the beginner's mind. Magic works through you. So yeah, I'm not trying to get like all witchy on people, but for some of you that may be a literal message about magic, and maybe helping you manifest things. But if not, you know, it's just like saying, you know, you're magical, you have the magic within you. It's kind of corny, but it's true. Like, you have everything you need. I think it's just a matter of like reworking how you're going about it. Not that you're missing anything necessarily. Sometimes life stings, so that's kind of like maybe, again, with down here, I'm guessing you had to part ways with someone or something, and it was kind of painful, but at the end of the day, like, it serves your greater good. The lion spirit, be generous of spirit. So yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. Be generous. And then you have the parrot spirit, watch your words. So here comes, sorry we can hear that, oh my gosh. This appears when you're like, it could be like a temper warning, like maybe you get angry about stuff and then, or maybe you're kind of sore about whatever this wasp situation is, and so sometimes you end up snapping on people, but it's kind of like you have to watch your words with who you're talking to, because it might end negatively for you. The parrot spirit also can warn about gossip, which how do you, because like the parrot repeats what it hears, you know, so there might be some people like repeating what they hear, or you're being asked to like not gossip and to not repeat whatever, you know, don't play telephone with people. Yeah, it could also be an indicator that you're gonna collaborate soon, and you know, just asking you to be polite to other people. The voice. The voice is about new friends. So, you know, you cut out some people and you earn some other ones. I also think about using your voice. So, like, it's okay to speak up for yourself and to defend yourself, but make sure you're not being, like, hurtful to other people about it. It's funny you got the voice, you got the silent. The silent reminds us to meditate about ourselves, basically, like self-reflection, to really think about it, to calm down, to like center yourself. So it's like it's like not a time to talk right now, and it's not a time to pursue things. Like, it's kind of like a time to stop and self-reflect. So back to like your wish card in reverse, right? Like, it's not a time to act. It's kind of a time to like think about it and think about your plans and reanalyze them. If you're watching this like around the time it comes out, you can watch it whenever, but if you're watching this around the time it comes out, it's Mercury retrograde, so it's definitely not a time to act. Really just reflect on stuff. And then you have light, which is to lead with love, basically. So yeah, again, more messages about being nice and cooperating with other people, because it's not gonna serve you good, and it might actually do you a lot of harm if you don't watch your words. And oh my gosh, again with the Seven of Swords down here, the loop, we have cycles. Whatever it is that, you know, they're talking about, I feel like you do this often and you're just kind of being asked to like break the cycle. Oh, hi Moth Spirit. Sorry, I don't know. I think a deity is talking to me, but I'm not sure, and I swear I've seen like the 3 animals that represent that deity pop out. I don't know, and then the moth just came out, and so now I'm like all frazzled. Free yourself from this freaking cycle, like break away from whatever the hell it is it's like a unicorn in like this little, it's like trapped inside a fence. It's kind of sad. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. So yeah, I think maybe you don't want to go back to the drawing board. You might have like invested a lot and you don't want to you know, start again, or you don't think or maybe in your head you're like, this is the best, you know, plan I could come up with. What are you talking about? So it's just kind of asking you to trust the situation. True love can be literal. It could be like a person, you know, coming into your life, which again, that there is indicators of that here, but I think true love can also be talking about your art or your work, or, you know, whatever your wish is, and you're just being asked to trust that it'll come to you and to free yourself from any of that. And if this is like a literal love message, I think you're being asked to release your ex. You also had a card about, it was the 5 of Cups, which is like you're focusing on the negative instead of the positive. So, and especially if it's like the breaks in a relationship, maybe some of you had like a breakup and it just didn't end well, and now even though you're like very fulfilled in other areas of your life, you're upset about your ex and you're focusing on, excuse me, if it wasn't an ex, then whoever it is that you parted ways with, yeah. I think you need to break away from that energy. And then career and finances. So yeah, I think your wish has to do with career and finances. Not much to say about that. I'm looking at all the decks of cards here. Let's see if any come out. Therapists. These are so cute. The truth is you're far more capable than you feel. You're doing fine. Don't give up. It's okay to struggle. You are doing better than you feel like you are. These are super self-explanatory. They're just like emotionally supportive animals. Choose someone. The truth is you're far more capable than you feel. So some of you have like this feeling of inadequacy. Maybe second guess yourself a lot, like, I don't know, maybe you produce something amazing and then you're like, but is it really amazing? And it's like, yeah, you're doing fine, just keep going, even if you're not receiving validation from other people, that doesn't mean what you're doing is bad work. It's just not receiving, you know, necessarily the attention you would like, but that doesn't mean you're doing bad. And then you have, it's okay to struggle, you're doing better than you feel you are. Stay soft, the world may be cold, but we don't have to be. And then here's a friendly reminder that the negative voice in your head is not you, and you are actually completely delightful. Yeah, so again, like, kind of negative self-talk. Let me pull some charm. She got the 2, that might be significant. I also think of like partners and relationships when I see the number 2. We have Tinkerbell, which is kind of like a wish come true in my mind. We have dinosaurs, going back to the beginning, right? A bitchin'. This is like letting you know you're cool. You need a little moment to kind of appreciate yourself and to know that you're awesome. Maybe even have a whole like character redevelopment, some ego death. Hello, when I think of that, it's like, hello, like, hey, we're trying to get your attention. So it's possible that you've been receiving a lot of signs, or like maybe even like you already know that that you have to go back to the drawing board, you just don't want to. And so it's kind of like this hello, like, hey, you know, just this constant reminder that you've been ignoring. Cool is telling you to keep your cool, so again, watch your words, smile, smile. I think not only will you be smiling a lot, but there will be a lot of times where you don't want to smile and you're being asked to just like, to just keep your cool. Good things. Play, that's the second time you get play, so maybe you're taking things too seriously right now. Maybe you're being really hard on yourself, just kind of like playing and being okay with that. Then you have kiss, a romantic message, like, so like and love, it's kind of like a crush. So yeah, you guys have romantic messages in here. A little skull, which would be death. Again, I was saying like the ego death, just kind of putting to rest whatever the cycle was, whatever you were trying to do over and over, and like starting from the beginning over here with the dinosaur. We have the elephant, that's good luck, great. The little pipe, the icing cake pipe thing is like to pay attention to details. You have 2 turtles, so that's a reminder of slow and steady wins the race. And I think it said somewhere over here, like, where was it? I don't know. You're better than you feel. Maybe it's like the okay to struggle. You're doing fine. Yeah, I'm guessing what in my head, it's okay to struggle is kind of like, even though you don't see your results immediately and you're like struggling, like that doesn't mean you're doing bad. We have the leaf. The leaf is about growth. The little, I don't know if you can see it. The cat is about independence. That's like the 3rd cat. Then you have the sun, which is like the best card in tarot, right? So it's like happiness, fulfillment, kind of like childhood, what do you call it? Like childlike happiness. So again, be more playful. And then you have the crown of thorns, which is sacrifice. So, I mean, maybe that may go hand in hand with like the death thing, right? Like even though you've gone a long way in one direction, like it's time to start over. But it could also mean like, again, the struggle, like you have to try until you can actually accomplish something. Like, you're gonna struggle for a minute, it's gonna be a lot of like hard work, a lot of sacrifice, but at the end of the day, like, it'll be worth it. So that was your reading, pile 3. I hope that was helpful. Yeah.